This is the fourth cabin that I built on this lot on top of Mount Korobi, the big plot of land, and I took inspiration from a picture on Pinterest with a green cabin with red accents that I just thought was so wonderfully an odd color combination that I've never done before, that I just had to do it. So it ended up looking like the picture quite a lot, which sometimes happens when you find something wonderfully odd or wonderfully unique that you've never done before yourself or thought to do for yourself. I only had that one picture though, so like the interior I imagined for myself and the other sides of the building. You can obviously tell which side I had an inspiration pick for, because like one side of this building is very unique looking and the other side is very plain. So the one facing away from the other buildings or the other lots or the other cabins that I built definitely don't look like this one. But I'm really proud of the way this one ended up looking. I really enjoyed the process of building this, and I really enjoyed like the odd color combination that it actually ended up becoming. I would have never thought to use green and red together on a winter cabin. Never. But it ended up looking really good. And then it had a lot of like fun quirks and shapes about it, which also meant that the interior was quite difficult to like figure out, because like it was very odd shaped rooms that I ended up with. I ended up putting in a balcony here on top of this little sunroom or like add-on that was built here with by the kitchen, or what is going to become the kitchen, and I really wanted to have a roof trim around the fence part, but when I placed the roof piece by the fence that I had made to mark where the balcony were gonna be, the fence disappeared, and I couldn't figure out how to place the roof without removing the fence. So I ended up just adjusting the room below, or the add-on below, and then putting in like roof on top of the little patios and pathways underneath instead. You see me adding a lot of pillars around the house, just because the green became a lot on like by itself, and I hadn't added any of the beautiful red accents to the cabin yet. So I added all of these white pillars here to like every corner, or every time there was a new direction on this oddly shaped house, just to make sure it wasn't too boring. The windows I ended up using, and also the doors, were white with the red trim, and I really enjoyed how it ended up looking. Like, this is not how I've mentioned this, but that's not how I usually would pick colors. And maybe I should be a bit more daring and use colors like that. It's actually my New Year's resolution this year to start incorporating more color into my everyday. And I'm doing it with small things, and I've actually done a big step and painted my bedroom wall with green stripes and but yellow bedding. So I am sticking to my New Year's resolution and really trying to add color into my life, which is nice. here you can see that big, oddly shaped room that I had to work with at the very beginning. I was just sitting here staring at it. I'm thinking, how the hell am I gonna make a home out of this? Like, I knew upstairs were gonna be the bedrooms, and then I wanted to place a stairs into this house, and then it was like floating in the middle. So it was like, okay, then we have to put in a bathroom behind that. And I first wanted to have like the possibility to look down from upstairs, like having like an alcove where you can look down into the living room. But every time I did it, the roof piece that I put on the end to connect the two pieces would start poking through. So like it was clipping and I couldn't do it. So I ended up with 2 bathrooms upstairs and 1 bathroom downstairs, 3 baths in the end, which is huge. It's a huge building, this. And then a kids room and a master bedroom. And I'm gonna be adjusting the upstairs later on in the video, so it gets like 3 extra pushes out to give a more dynamic back side of the house, because the front end is very dynamic and the back is kind of just like one long side piece and one long side piece. Then I started on the kitchen, and at first I just put in my favorite kitchen, the Homestyle Chef kitchen, in a very like neutral color. But I really do like the countertop that this one comes out in. It reminds me of IKEA, like 80s IKEA, so 70s IKEA. It's like a common kitchen texture that you would see in Scandinavia. And then I had in like their dining area. This is not a formal dining area. I actually do put in a formal dining area in the little outpost, or the little nook that is in the other room. But this just became like a kitchen, and then like a dining room table for just everyday use. And once again, I wanted to use a bit more color, and I love that wallpaper we got in Home Chef Fossil. I just wish we got a flooring that matched this aesthetic of like these mix match tiles. Even if it was just like a border, like a plain white flooring with like the borders on the end, with these mismatched yellow and blue tiles, that would have been so beautiful and so like useful, especially for my gameplay. Or like white with like a single tile that's like mismatched or something like that, so it wouldn't be as overwhelming as this wallpaper is by itself. But I really want some beautiful colored floor tiles. That's like kind of what I'm missing. I really wanted to decorate this kitchen. I wanted it to feel homey, but I also wanted it to feel like kind of a smart kitchen, like very gadget kitchen. So I put in the waffle maker and the maker station, all the appliances from Home Chef Hostel, and then I put in the tea kettle we got from for rent, and just decorated with loads of decorations. I've even put up the little aprons on and hanged them on the wall, because I just think they're so cute, and I don't use them enough. I remember I had a lot of difficulty choosing the rug and then also the lamp to go on top of the dining room table, or the dining table in this kitchen. I was debating using the fish one from For Rent, but I think I go with another one in the end, just cause that one didn't suit the kitchen that I made so far. Yeah, I think I used this one from the Snowy Escape pack. And then once again, just putting some small decorations on the dining table so that it just looks like it gets used daily. Then I put in this new room here, I put in a divider to like separate the formal dining area with the living room. So it's gonna be formal dining area at the very bottom, living room here in the middle, and then like a gaming room kind of, with like the puzzle table and a chess table and a piano to just like kind of have a few family activities that these people can do who lives here or rents this home can do together. I kind of went with like my own personal theme for this, which was colorful and cozy. That's probably the theme if I had to put two describing words on it. So I took the bookshelves from the book kit and then I just made like a built-in shelf around the framed TV. And chose a beautiful rug to go underneath the coffee table. Yeah, I think this is me picking up the piano. I went with this grey one, which kind of counteracts the whole theme that I've been going for, like this colorful one, the colorful theme that I've been going on about. But I don't know, it felt too chaotic for how clean the rest of the home was. Because like it is very colorful, at least it's very colorful for me. But it was still clean. It was still a very clean and simple home so far. And the small pops of color were very deliberate and very thought out by whoever decorated this. But like for the story I was telling, whoever decorated this room. I know I need to download the toolkit mod just because it is so difficult for me to like size up pictures and the rocks and stuff like that to make them fit the space and the vibe that I'm going for. Either they become way too small or they become way too big and I can't use them. For the display cabinet I wanted to go with like kind of what should you call it? Second hand feel. Like I wanted it to be like either an inheritance piece or you know something you thrifted or got used already. So I went with this blue one here, and I feel like it's so beautiful. I actually thrifted, or not thrifted, but like I bought our display cabinet second hand, and it's a beautiful old piece of furniture that has actually been painted blue, but has been sanded down, and now it's original wood color again, except for the insides. And it's such a beautiful piece of furniture, and I really love the atmosphere it adds to the room. I live in a rented apartment, and it's just a white box made of concrete walls, which you can probably hear because my voice is probably echoing off of the walls right now. And just, you know, adding that little bit of color and that little bit of uniqueness to your room really does help make it a home. And luckily for me, I don't have any dead grandparents that I know of or that I knew. Like I have no inherited furniture yet. Or I do have some, that's not like I've been given gifts and stuff like that. I just got my grandma's old rock, and I bought my mom's old couch and stuff like that. But I have not inherited any furniture. Inherited any old furniture, and like really, really old pieces that they're still keeping and using for themselves. Downstairs I also put like a washer dryer set, and I don't know what happened, but I just got in this yellow mood, and I can't even play Nymphia on Drag Race because I built this well before I started watching the season of Drag Race. But I just got in this yellow mood, and I went with yellow yellow washing machine and yellow dryer, and then yellow counters and a yellow furniture for like coats. And then over here I started decorating that oddly shaped bathroom downstairs, and continued like the theme of greens and yellows that I've been doing out throughout this space. It really is an oddly shape, so I ended up using that shelving piece with like loads of towels and wicker baskets that I don't usually use, but it fitted. It fit the space and vibe from here, and then like a little basket to put in your dirty clothes, and then just the usual bathroom decorations with like soaps and some paintings, and then a toilet roll and towels, of course. I just kept the coloring and the theme on the upstairs bathrooms. I didn't want them to be too dissimilar. I wanted it to be like these 3 bathrooms were renovated and decorated at the same time. And then I started on the kids room. I went with like a yellow pink theme. I actually got to use the wallpaper for the pastel pop kit, which is not something I usually use. It's a bit too patterny for me, unfortunately, and maybe the colors are not really my style. I really like the iPad that we got. That's one of my favorite items, and I do use that a lot for like people who, when I make kids bedroom or teen bedrooms for teens or kids who are not like epic gamers, but just has to do their homework on a computer and just need access to internet. So I often use that computer for them because it just looks like a little iPad on a stand. I really like how this kids room ended up looking, and I do come back and modify it later on. I'll put in a little bit more of a dynamic shape in here, but even now I just feel like it's such a cute little bedroom, especially with that pastel pop wall paper. I wish I liked it more, but I do feel like it's really good for kids' rooms. But it's not my aesthetic, unfortunately. I really do want to like it, but I don't. And here's me starting on the master bedroom. I got to use the new bed. At first I had a plan of like putting the bed over by the windows, but I decided against it, just to give myself a bit more space, and I like the flow of them being able to walk into the door and then just go separate to each of their side. And then I wanted to put in dressers on each side and use them as nightstands instead of having like an end table on each side of the bed plus a dresser. And I really like those from Growing Together. They are so beautiful. I think it's from Growing Together. Or maybe it's the for it. Maybe I'm mixing up two dresses. So please, if you know, leave it down in the comments down below. Yeah, here again, if I had the toolkit mod, I might have made this rug just a teensy tiny bit smaller, so it doesn't like go wall to wall the way it does right now. It still fits within the room, and I still feel like it's very beautiful, but I would have just adjusted it a little bit. I put up a lot of paintings in this master bedroom. I feel like it's one of the ways that you can really add color and a theme to a bedroom. I really should just download that toolkit mod, because you saw me sizing up the other picture to make sure it matched in size, and it was just a teensy tiny bit, a little bit smaller than the first picture I sized down. So if I had the toolkit mod, I could really make sure that they were the exact same size. Right now it does feel a bit unbalanced, but it's just something I noticed, I think. Or maybe you do, but it feels a bit unbalanced because one picture is bigger and has a different frame than the other one. I also decorated the little mini balcony out here just with like, what's the word? Why am I blanking on words today? I don't want to say magnifying glass because that's not right. With a telescope and two flower pots and a bench. And then I just went in and decorated each bathroom. I definitely made one the bathroom for the adults and the bathroom for the kid. So I used the straight and the clean towels in the master bathroom with ropes and stuff like that. And then in the kids' bathroom, I used the messy towels, and then I used the little wall decals we got from the bathroom clutter kit with the cats. And then I made them really tiny and got them to balance around the trim of the tile on the wallpaper, just to like give it some character. I think now we get to the part where I'm just decorating the last parts downstairs, like making sure that we have rugs and pictures for the downstairs. Let's see. Yeah, and then I put in the puzzle table that I mentioned earlier, and I hadn't put that in originally, but I just needed something to put on that wall on the end there. And I also put in like an end table where I placed some games on it, so it only made sense that they would have a puzzle table or somewhere they could play games on. I used a lot of items from Growing Together to like put in the finishing places. I really enjoy those picture frames where you can put in family pictures from Growing Together. It's so sad that you have to unlock them before to be able to use them, but I just use a cheat code because I want to put in cute family pictures in all my Sims homes. I also gave them the opportunity to make nectar in this household, so I do have a lot of planter box around the home inside, just because it is really cold outside, so it would make sense that if you were gonna make nectar, you would have some kind of plants or stock that you would have inside to make sure it was possible to replenish that throughout. I think while putting in the rocks up here upstairs, that's when I started debating if I should do it or not, if I should just leave it be or if I should really like mess with the design back here on this back wall and just give it some extra dimension. And I'm really happy that I ended up deciding to do that, because I ended up with a reading nook upstairs, and the kids room got a little bit bigger, and you had the opportunity to like have a bit more floor space in there, to really make the room just that much larger and have these two with extra windows in there. One of them is obviously not usable, so I just put in plants up here and had this like illusion of them just being able to water from the stair, which they obviously can't do, but I'm not gonna ruin the illusion. And in here you can see me putting in like a bookcase and a little seating area underneath one of the windows, just to have that extra space upstairs. Now that's all that's really left. Yeah, I'm giving my brother a tour here, so you see me moving around. All that's left is just decorating outside, and I run into the same problem I run in with all the other builds that I did for this series. That it is a winter landscape and there's gonna be snow, so whatever decoration that you put out here is gonna be very limited. I decided to change up the fence to match the aesthetic of this final cabin way more than the previous fence that I had, and then I just went to town with the debug and just decorated to my heart's content. We can just skip this part and go straight to giving you guys a tour. Okay guys, so here we are on the lot where I built these 4 winter cabins. I know that the for rent pack is very buggy, but I really enjoy the fact that all the neighbors are like running around between each other and hanging out in each other's backyard and knocking on, and there's a bit more life. So I think like that's one of the aspects I really like about this for rent pack. But I'll give you guys a tour. So you can see here the outside ended up looking like this. Very few areas here where I actually put in some plants and stuff like that. I decorated the porch leading up to the front door with like a couple of benches and some planter boxes, and then I even put in a bird bath, like for what reason? And here's where they make nature outside in the cold. And here's the 3 alcoves that I put in at the end. And here we have the entryway where you have the little welcome mat, and then you get an onslaught of yellow directly thrown in your face as soon as you walk in. You have your little washing machine and your dryer here, and a place to hang your coat and to put your shoes. And then we have all the family games and the souvenirs from the trip abroad here. And then we can go into the kitchen, which ended up really, I really like how the kitchen ended up looking. And I really like these aprons hanging here. If you see some burn marks or some charred flooring, just ignore it. I wanted to film some B-roll from some TikToks and a short video I put up a while ago, and then while I was filming the B-roll for the dining room table, the pizza station went up in flames and the fire alarm started blaring. So, you know, a day in the life of a sim. And then here we have the living room where we have Jonathan O'Leary, warming himself by the fire and looking at the keepsake box. And then we have his husband, George O'Leary, here sitting there and thinking about chess. And then we have the daughter here, Greta O'Leary, who is going downstairs and going over to the formal dining area. No, she's going over to warm herself, it's cold. Then we have the display cabinet, and then we have the wine rack here for all their nectars. And you can see I've already planted some plants in here. And they've started on a puzzle. And then we have the bathroom here, where I switch out that tub for a green tub instead of a yellow. So it becomes a lot of green in here, but I do like how it ended up looking. While I might be aiming to be more colorful this year than I've been previously, I'm still gonna pick 1 or 2 colors and then pick to that, or stay to that scheme throughout the entire house. No, why are you doing this? Oh, clean up. Can't do a show and tell when you're messing up the floor, kid. Then upstairs we have the 3 alcoves here, where one is like an area where there's some plants, and then we have a reading nook here with a bookcase on the opposite side. We have the 2 bathrooms, the same color schemes as the one downstairs, but one is obviously kid themed and one is obviously for the adult. Then we have a beautiful kids room with a bit more floor space than it had originally, and the dollhouse here. Wicker basket to put in your dirty laundry. And then we have the master bedroom over here. Clean, simple, beautiful. And then we have the balcony upstairs. And that's the final build of this. And this is how the neighborhood ended up looking here on top of Mount Road. 4 beautiful homes that I really enjoyed building, and if you watch all 4 of them, I want to say thank you so much. It's been so fun, and it's a lot of different styles that I ended up building in. So it's fun to see how you can take one lot and make so different and unique buildings on it. This was very fun. If you have any suggestions to what you want to see me build next, please leave it down in the comments down below. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!